Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, by now, you all know a man has been arrested and he's been accused of plotting to assassinate Donald Trump. 58-year-old former North Carolina resident, current Hawaii resident, Ryan Wesley Routh is his name. He was taken into custody yesterday after the Secret Service noticed a rifle barrel that was sticking through a chain link fence on one of Trump's golf courses. So the Secret Service has some of their agents move ahead of Trump as he's playing, and they scope out the next holes. So Trump wasn't in any danger at this time because he wasn't near the alleged shooter. And the only ones who actually fired a weapon were Secret Service agents. So here's what we know at this point. There's a lot of new information that came out today about Routh. He is a registered, unaffiliated voter. He voted for Trump in 2016. Then he later decided that was a mistake. He's also been a supporter of Tulsi Gabbard, of Bernie Sanders. His views are all over the place, it seems. In 2023, he published a book. He self-published this book, and he encouraged in this book Iran to kill Donald Trump. So Routh wrote that he was partly to blame for electing a, quote, brainless president. And he said, quote, "You are free to assassinate Trump as well as me for that error in judgment and the dismantling of the deal." So I assume he means the dismantling of the Iran nuclear deal. And based on Routh's social media posts, he also supported Nikki Haley more recently, Vivek Ramaswamy. But according to WUNC news outlet, he voted in the Democratic primary this year. So just like bipolar in his political beliefs. Routh is also a prolific criminal, and his roofing company has been involved in more than 200 civil lawsuits. In regard to his crimes or alleged crimes and arrests, he has apparently been stopped and or arrested more than 100 times. And he's been convicted for things like possession of stolen goods, carrying a concealed weapon, hit and run, possession of a weapon of mass destruction. And a North Carolina officer who once arrested him, she told the Miami Herald, quote, "We would get dangerous person reports, criminal intelligence reports about him, and our bomb team had also dealt with him. It doesn't surprise me that he did something like this. He had a past of having explosives, running from police, and he didn't like government-type people." But according to the Washington Post, this guy was once considered a hero. Apparently, he once protected a woman from a would-be rapist. So he got some sort of award for that. That was back when he was 25. Don't know what happened between now and then, but we also know now that Routh was basically obsessed with Ukraine and the war going on there. He married a woman named Kathleen Schaffer, or Schaefer. It's Shaffer. She posted a fundraising page for him on GoFundMe. She was trying to raise money when he had traveled to Ukraine to supposedly help fight the Russians. This guy was just all over the place trying to get people involved in this, trying to raise funds. He just was completely and totally obsessed with this Ukraine war. So on Sunday, after the Secret Service fired off a few shots toward this guy, allegedly, he fled. He got into a black SUV. A witness saw him. They took photos of his vehicle and his license plate. So it was very easy for them to track him down. And when the Secret Service searched the area, where he was standing, like near this chain link fence, they said they found an AR-47 style weapon, an AK-47 style weapon. It had a scope on it. There were 2 backpacks that contained bullet-resistant plates, and then a GoPro recorder. So Routh has now been charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. So those are federal crimes, but Florida officials say they may still charge him with state crimes. And then Routh faces decades in prison if he's convicted. But here's the thing, they have to tie him to that weapon. To my knowledge, no one saw him holding it. He never fired anything. So I don't think they can get him on attempted murder because he never fired the weapon. I mean, if there's attorneys or judges and watching this and that I'm incorrect, please let me know, mention it in the comment section. And the weapons charges are kind of weak because yes, a witness saw him running away, but I guarantee his defense attorney is going to argue, oh, he was just passing by Trump's property. And then, the Secret Service started shooting. So, of course, he got scared and he took off, right? The one thing that the prosecutors are definitely going to use against him, though, is the fact that when he was arrested, the officers say he never asked why he was being arrested. So the county sheriff told Washington Post, quote, he never asked, what is this about? Obviously, law enforcement with long rifles, blue lights, a lot going on. He never questioned it. So that's where that stands. As for Routh having a weapon and being, having a weapon illegally, I should say, a gun safety group pointed out in Florida, they don't require unlicensed firearm dealers to conduct background checks. Think about that. Pretty ironic, right? Donald Trump could have been killed because Republicans refused to vote for a law that Democrats have been pushing for forever. And in the wake of this incident, MAGA had, of course, full-on meltdown yesterday. There were a couple of Democratic social posts or social media posts. Yesterday, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries posted these very benign statements on Twitter. So you can see them here. For those on the podcast, it reads, quote, extreme MAGA Republicans are the party of a national abortion ban and Trump's Project 2025. We must stop them. So first of all, these people are idiots because anyone who knows anything about social media knows there are programs, there's software that you can use to set up posts to go live in the future, right? You can schedule posts for in the future. So more than likely, Hakeem Jeffries' team had this post ready to go. It was scheduled in some software program somewhere. It's not like he did this right after Trump was, almost shot, like someone wanted to shoot him and was caught in the act. And again, he wasn't shot. There was not a fire even shot at him or a bullet shot at him. So the comments below Hakeem Jeffries' post were just filled with MAGA rage and tears. They were cursing at him. They said, you belong in jail. Even Mr. Liar Liar, Mr. Jew-ish, Mr. former Congressman George Santos, he said, quote, you have blood on your hands. What blood? Like I said, Trump wasn't even shot at, let alone shot. Such freaking drama queens. And remember, these are the same people who made jokes when Nancy Pelosi's 80-something-year-old husband was nearly bludgeoned to death with a hammer by a Trump-supporting lunatic. These are the same people who mocked and ridiculed police officers who were brutalized at the Capitol during Donald Trump's attempted insurrection. Right? These are the same people who laughed when Trump supporters surrounded a Biden-Harris campaign bus and terrorized them for 90 minutes and tried to run them off the road. And I could go on and on about all the times that MAGA has had no reaction or actually defamed and threatened people who have been harmed by Donald Trump. So, sorry. I have zero sympathy. I have zero fucks to give at this point for Donald Trump. This is a man who, at this very moment, is knowingly endangering the lives of legal Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio. I mean, no, sorry. not going to feel bad. And, I'm going to leave you guys with this. You guys know I have a sick sense of humor. If you've been watching the show for a while, Trump apparently spoke with Fox News host Sean Hannity after this whole incident. And he allegedly told Hannity, which I don't know if I'm buying it, but anyway, he allegedly told Hannity that he was just upset because he had to cut his golf game short. Trump supposedly said, quote, "I really wanted to finish the hole." When I heard that, my first thought was, that's what the shooter said. I know. Too soon? He didn't get hurt. He didn't get shot at. Just, I'm sorry. I don't have empathy at this point because these people have been vile. They have been hateful. They laugh when horrible things happen to people on the left. They are all pushing this whole conspiracy theory about Haitian immigrants right now. And like I said, they're putting people's lives in danger because they're sick, because they're racist, because they're hateful. So no, sorry, can't do it. The words of Jody Messina, my give a damn's broken. Anyway, I will let you know when I hear more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.